Hello and welcome back to Northern Catholic. I'm Benedict, and today I'm doing a little video, a little bit of a Q&A. I did put some questions out on different social media platforms and I got a few questions back and I thought I'd answer them in this video. I just want to say sorry that things have sort of dried up here on YouTube. I am trying my best to try and get some stuff to get uploaded on here. I'm obviously using YouTube Shorts most of the time. I will try and get some videos together. But meanwhile, if you check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and Twitter, things are going well over there, posting quite regularly. I will try and improve with the YouTube thing, but it's so difficult. As I said, I'm a relatively new father, so time is tight and I don't really get a great amount of time to myself, and of course I work too. So anyway, stop me ranting, let's get on with the Q&A video. So the first question that we've got doesn't actually have a name attached to it. It just asks, am I a cradle Catholic or a convert? Well, in fact, I'm a cradle Catholic, so yeah, not much more to add than that. I can add a bit more detail. I grew up with my grandparents, so of course I had a little bit more of a, I would say, a stricter Catholic upbringing than most, but that's not a bad thing, by the way. But I would say there's definitely been a time where I've had conversion in my life. There was a period in my life later on, probably like in the uni years, for a lot of people. I think a lot of people experience this, where you're fully exposed to completely different worldviews, all different kinds of ranges of behaviours, and trying to sort of understand yourself, your position in the world, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I got into a pretty bad place. Yeah, alcohol, drugs, hanging around with the wrong kind of people, trying to impress the wrong people, and it just took one good confession. I won't say where, I'll probably mention that later on. And yeah, the scales sort of fell from my eyes. I realised that the simple things are the best things, and basically what I'd been handed my entire life was the best tool. I didn't need to look for anything else. It was already there and I was blind to it. I just had to come back, and that was an amazing moment. So yes, I'm a cradle Catholic, but there was a big time in my life where things were much a struggle. I didn't want to go to church, didn't really want to get involved anymore, which was a bit bad, but thankfully that only lasted for a few months. But I remember that conversion being very powerful and realising what the church is all about and the great thing that it is. So yeah, I can imagine for converts too, that's pretty amazing. Now, it wouldn't be a Catholic video if someone didn't ask this. Gabby the Potato on Instagram said, or asked, who is your favourite Catholic saint? Well, I mean, I have several, but for me, number one, I have him on my desk, Saint Padre Pio. I mean, I have other things on my desk as well. That wasn't just a stage. I have my crucifix, which I love. It's a bit battered, but I love it, and a little prayer card to Teresa Higginson. I might do a little video on her because pretty interesting lady, and her cause for sainthood. I'd recommend you to look into it if you want to do a little bit of learning. Quite fascinating. She experienced a lot of things like Padre Pio did in his lifetime. So yeah, Padre Pio, I think, I don't know, I learnt about him when I was a teenager, and all of a sudden just felt really strongly connected to him, and I couldn't really put a finger on why. I think I just loved how he came across so quiet, gentle, but like so strong in faith, so passionate. And of course his love of the priesthood, his welcoming of suffering, that he faced a lot throughout his life. My gosh, that man faced a lot, especially bodily suffering. I would really recommend you to watch Matt Fradd's recent video where it was talking about miracles, provable miracles, and one of the whole entire sections is about Padre Pio and his miracles from when he was living and from when he had died and after he died. So yeah, I'd really recommend it. I think the connection with him is fantastic. He's a relatively modern saint in terms of, well, I think he died in the 60s or early 70s. But yeah, I just love Padre Pio. I think he's fantastic. So yeah, that's my favourite Catholic saint, Padre Pio. Next one we've got is the girl from the guitar shop. Have I ever been on pilgrimage, and if not, which would you do? So when I was talking earlier about that one confession that I made, don't worry, I've made many in my life, but that one that was very special, where I really fully came back to the church after having a big wobble in my life, was in Lourdes. Lourdes is a place I've been to so many times. I started going when I was about 12 or 13 years old. I've probably been there between, I would say, like 15 or 16 times, something like that. I've been there as a volunteer, helping the elderly and the sick with the Archdiocese of Liverpool on the youth pilgrimage. I've also been with other smaller groups and charities over the years, and as an independent pilgrim. It's a place really special to me. The story is incredible. The place is beautiful, and it's affected my life so much. I met my wife there. We went last year on our honeymoon, or part of our honeymoon, and then sadly we can't go this year with the baby. Things are a little bit too much money for us to go, but hopefully at some stage my little girl can head over there and go to Lourdes, and hopefully experience when she's older the same things I did. And yeah, fantastic place. Other places I'd like to go, I know you said if you've not, which would you like to go to? Well, I'm going to tell you other ones I want to go to anyway. I'd love to go again with Padre Pio, San Giovanni Rotondo. I'd love to go there. I'd love to go to Assisi. I would love to go to Fatima, never been there, Guadalupe, even the Holy Land. I'd like to do. I know things are a little bit tense in that region, but no, I'd love to walk in the footsteps of our Lord, go to the places that you read of in the Bible. I'd love to do all of that. So yeah, there's my little bucket list. Oh, and I'd like to do Santiago de Compostela, but I probably need to get a bit more fitter and eat a few less pies for that one. Next up, we have got Cross Stitch Fantastic. Which church do you belong to? So if you follow me on the other platforms, you'll see that I've posted a short video about St Mary's Wigan. That is the church I was baptised at, St Mary's Church, Wigan. I was baptised there for a long period of my life. I spent altar serving there. And I still do from time to time. I'm a little bit older now and I've got a lot more things going on in my life. And I also go to St Walburg's in Preston, which is run by the Institute of Christ the King Sovereign Priest, the traditional Latin Mass community. So I split a lot of my time between St Mary's and St Walburg's up in Preston, which is about a half an hour drive away from me. My church in Wigan, St Mary's Church, is part of a bigger parish, St John's, which is, I might have to do a little video on this, St John's Church, which is literally like 200 metres away, 200 metres away, two big, beautiful, old Catholic churches within a stone's throw of each other. You don't really find anything like that unless you're in like Malta or Rome or somewhere like that. And then also included in that parish is St Patrick's, which is in Skulls. I've also done a little video on that on my shorts and on Instagram and TikTok. So yeah, I'm in that little parish in Wigan. I say little, it's growing, it's doing fantastic. Mass attendances are great, midweek mass attendance great, confession numbers, like just obviously I speak to the local priest, he's a good friend of mine, and like obviously the benches you can see people waiting for confession and things. So Wigan is going in a fantastic direction, and lots of young people as well, lots of young families, which is great to see. So yeah, my two churches, I sort of split my time between the parish of St William in Wigan and St Walburg's in Preston. Next up, we've got, just as the computer decides to go off, there we go, Casey Chambers, thoughts on Anglo-Catholicism. I'm not going to lie to you, I did have to do a little bit of Googling. I've heard about Anglo-Catholicism. You've got obviously the Ordinariate that was sort of set up by, well, I say sort of, it was set up by Pope Benedict XVI. And of course, I've had people talk to me about, like, the Sarum liturgy and this, that and the other. I'll be totally honest, I don't know a huge amount about Anglo-Catholicism. I think the way I put it is, like, the Ordinariate, I think, is a good thing. I think what Pope Benedict did was fantastic in terms of welcoming the Anglicans who were disillusioned with the Church of England, letting them obviously keep elements of the Anglo liturgy whilst also promoting obedience and reverence towards the Holy See, towards Rome. For me, I'm a bit more of, like, the Roman orientation, as I mentioned earlier. Like, I go not only just to the Novus Ordo, but the traditional Latin Mass. And I like the Romanity of the liturgy. I like the fact that as Roman Catholics, we have a Roman liturgy around the world, and it's recognisable and whatnot. But I do also appreciate that other countries and cultures, especially in England, have their own little unique things. So I think as long as it's all completely ordered well within the Ordinariate and towards the Holy See, absolutely no real issue with Anglo-Catholicism. It's just not really my cup of tea, but that's not to say I won't go. I might change my mind. Finally, we've got Kieran Jackie asking me, what's the best Catholic church to visit in the north? Well, I have got so many more to visit. I've only covered a couple. I mean, I've been to plenty in my time, but that's the whole point of Northern Catholic, is to show off the heritage, the beauty of Northern Catholicism, and obviously, like I've mentioned in my introductory video, I'll do things further afield as well, but that's the main priority of this page. I'm going to be a little bit biased and say St Walburg's in Preston. I was married there just nearly a year ago. It's my anniversary in 5 days' time, so that's crazy, a 1 year anniversary. So St Walburg's, I think, is just absolutely breathtaking. The spire is absolutely massive. I mean, I've done a YouTube Shorts video on it. The spire is massive. I think it is the tallest spire on any parish church in Great Britain. And it only just is short of places like Salisbury Cathedral and places like that. It's got a beautiful hammer beam ceiling that I think is the biggest outside of Westminster. I could be wrong. Obviously, got Westminster Hall where the Queen lied in state and things. But yeah, the hammer beam ceiling is an absolutely stunning feature with the saints plonked along the different parts of the roof. The roof is currently getting restored. There's a huge heritage and restoration project going on there to preserve this beautiful, magnificent building. I might be a little bit biased though, because I go there a lot, but there are so many stunning churches in the north. I'm going to hopefully try and showcase as many as I can here. There's some beautiful ones all across Merseyside, Lancashire, Wigan, St Helens, Ormskirk, all them kinds of areas. There's so many. But yeah, I'm a little bit biased. I'm going to have to say St Walburg's is my best Catholic church to go and visit in the north, just to be taken away by the size of the place. Sunday masses back in the day used to have, several thousand people going. It's a bit nuts. But yeah, hopefully we'll get back to them kind of numbers one day. So yeah, that question answered. Right, okay, well, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope I didn't ramble and rant too much. I do have a bit of a mouth on me. But yeah, no, thank you very much for tuning in and getting to learn and listen to a little bit about me and a few of my ideas and views on things. You get the score. So yeah, please stay tuned to YouTube. I'll try my best. to get some more content and videos out there. And as I've mentioned a few times in the video, please go check me out on the other social media platforms where I post a little bit more regularly at the minute, but I will catch up eventually. So thank you very much for watching. God bless. I'll see you on the next one.